Some people say that by nightfall, when the shadows start to rise, the veil that separates us from long-forgotten magics will be lifted ever so slightly, and echoes from the past come seeping through from beyond. It is true that at night a multitude of strange creatures will leave their hiding places to enact mischief on unsuspecting people. But I also believe, and it has been this way ever since I was little, that there is something more sinister, something older, lying in wait, lurking, shrouded in darkness, always watching. And you try to ignore that little voice inside of your head telling you that maybe it is more than mere imagination.
Good evening. I do not mean to overstep, but you seem a little lost. May I ask where you are headed? Me, personally, I'm on my way towards the city of Weatherford.
Evening. Well, I appreciate your concern, but I'm fairly certain I'm headed the right way. Safe travels.
Forgive the intrusion, but if you keep following that road, you won't be reaching the next town for almost 15 miles. That would be folly. You would never make it before nightfall.
I'm actually traveling to Greybrook. It's a small village. You've probably passed it earlier.
Huh. In that case, you are going the right way. What business brings you to a place like Greybrook? I'm pretty sure most people never even heard of it, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but you don't seem like someone who grew up there.
It must seem like a strange destination, I guess. Have you ever heard of the Greybrook fairy circles? There are many local myths about them, and some people say that on special nights one can actually watch the fairies dance. I don't know, I just have that feeling that here on the countryside the magic never really faded like it did in the cities. But I'm rambling, so I'll better be on my way.
So you are interested in magic? There are some universities that teach it.
Well, it does interest me, but not like that. I find it inspiring, and I guess I've been lacking in inspiration lately. You're saying you're headed for Weatherford?
I am.
I went to university there, studied writing and literature. So I guess that one could call me an author.
An author on a quest for inspiration. The suffering artist. Poetic. What's your name, young storyteller?
Sage O'Callaghan.
Sage O'Callaghan. Well then, I'll make sure to read your story once you've published it. You graduated Weatherford University, after all.
Well, I really wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you. Who knows if that story will ever be written? Maybe I should just do something more sensible instead.
I'm sure it's going to be brilliant. Anyways, have a safe journey. You are going to reach an intersection in a few minutes. Both roads rejoin at a later point, and the path on the left might seem rather deserted. But should you decide to follow it, you will save quite some time and reach Greybrook before nightfall. The best of luck to you, young storyteller.
Thank you. Good evening to you. Good evening to you, young traveler. Traveling all by yourself. That's quite dangerous. And it's about to get dark, too. Would you tell me where you are headed? To Greybrook. This is the right way, after all. Why, yes, it is. But most people follow the main road. I met this other traveler a while back. They said that this way was faster. Another traveler? Red cloak, mask. Oh, I'm so sorry. And why is that? Because I'm blind. Just because I'm blind doesn't mean I don't know exactly what you look like. Or what that other fellow looked like. Had quite an unusual air about themselves. To be frank, I was rather wary of them. I can pick up images via my intuition. In fact, I am certain that I can see way more than you, young traveler. Like the future. Among other things, of course. Are you curious about yours? I'd rather not know. I mean, what if it's bad? And I've neither the time nor the money to spare, so I have to decline either way. Sorry. It might not be the future that you need to hear about, but I can't shake the feeling that you are in desperate need of some guidance. really, I'm fine.
Sit.
I really don't mean to inconvenience you.
Calm now. Would you give me your dominant hand? There is something weighing heavy on your heart. Grief and sorrow. You've built a prison for yourself and threw away the keys. You're surrounded by dark. There is comfort in that darkness, but also fear and sadness. You are stumbling through life, wandering, lost like a little girl in the middle of the deep, dark woods. Beware the harpies clawing on your skin. Don't let them get to your heart, or they'll tear it right out of your chest. Now I can hear a voice. Someone calling for you from beyond the grave. What are they trying to say? And why are you so convinced that you wronged them in some way?
Enough!
Can't you see that nothing is ever enough for you? For nothing can fill up the void inside of your soul. One day it'll swallow you up, and you'll be empty, Sage O'Callaghan. It's inevitable. All you can do is try and change your ways.
Have a good night.
The fortune teller's words had struck a chord with me. I have heard of people being given extremely accurate visions about themselves, but I never quite believed that someone could see deep inside of another's soul. And there was nowhere for me to hide. No way for me to pretend. I have been feeling like I was losing my mind. Losing myself for longer than I would like to admit. When did the colors start draining from the world around me? When did it all turn grey? When did the birds stop singing, and why can't I smell the flowers anymore? Or maybe this is just what growing up feels like.
The flowers wilting
like you, they fade away. Fading, fading, fading. There's no return to yesterday, and time is fading, fading, fading on away.
Have you seen my mother? I ventured off on my own and now I can't seem to find her. What's the matter with you? Did you swallow your tongue?
Your mother, she isn't a fortune teller, right?
Why would she be a fortune teller, silly?
Well, in that case, I haven't seen her.
Are you frightened?
Why would I be frightened? Anyways, I'm headed for Greybrook. Maybe you can come with me and then we'll go and ask someone for help. There's no point in searching the woods by ourselves. Not at this hour.
Oh, we just wait. She'll find me. My mother always finds me.
How can you be sure of that?
She is my mother, after all. That's what mothers do.
Then I don't think I'm needed here any longer.
How about you tell me a story while we wait?
A story?
You're a storyteller, right?
Excuse me?
I said, tell me a story.
I don't know any stories.
Then make one up.
I really need to go. If I run into your mother, I'll tell her where you are.
Oh, you don't want to run into my mother. She'll eat you alive.
What kind of story do you want to hear?
Any story. How about a story about a girl who got lost in the woods?
There once was a little girl. About your age.
Her mother told her never to stray from the road, to keep her safe. But one day, as the girl was walking, she saw a fox sitting by the side of the road. Well, she had never seen a fox with her own two eyes before. Intrigued by the wild animal, she approached it. The fox, of course, ran off into the thick of the woods. Delighted, the young girl chased after the fox, a sense of adventure filling her heart. Soon, however, she realized that she had lost her way, and it started to seem to the girl like there never had been a fox in the first place. So she tried to make her way back to the road. But with every step and every turn she took, she just entered deeper and deeper into the woods. Exhausted and afraid, the girl broke down in tears.
Why are you crying? I got lost. I was chasing this fox. I've never seen a real fox before.
And did you really think that you could catch it?
No.
I'm that fox you were chasing. Looks like I caught you.
Looks like it.
So you knew you wouldn't be able to catch me, but tried nevertheless.
I'm sorry. It felt like an adventure. I wanted to be like the people in the stories. They're always brave, even when they don't know what's ahead. I'm not like them. I just want to go home. My mother's probably worried sick.
You are too hard on yourself. I bet that the people in those stories also get afraid. Even the greatest heroes do. But you don't need to be afraid. Do you trust me?
Do you have a choice?
Follow me. I'll lead you back to the road. Do me a favor and remember my words. Once you are older, you won't be able to rely on others to guide you anymore. You'll have to find your own path. Right now you are still young, so it's all right for you to be foolish. As you grow older, try to grow wiser too. Think before you act. Follow your heart. But always remember where you came from.
And with those words, the fox spirit disappeared back into the woods. And the little girl made her way back home. Then you should get going too. I'll tell my mother to leave you be. Still, you might want to hurry. The night comes down. The flowers wilting on your grave, just like you, they fade away.
that toothpick supposed to be intimidating?
At least I'm not hiding like a coward.
And yet, you are about to piss yourself like one.
What do you want?
How about you just give up? Let's face it, you don't stand a chance. Give up, and I'll make it quick.
I won't!
Oh, but you will. After all, giving up is the only thing you're good at, really.
You don't know me!
You humans are all the same. Do you really think that you are any different? Sage O'Callaghan, do you think you're special? You are too stubborn for your own good. Makes you rather selfish. Don't you ever care about how others are being affected by your actions?
And that's coming from you. Right.
Sage O'Callaghan, self-proclaimed author. Nothing but a nobody, striving to be somebody. Didn't you hear them whisper behind your back? Everyone. You'll never amount to anything. So just give in. Let's end this. Right now. Right here.
Fuck you! You're not even real! You're nothing but a figment of my imagination. Go to hell!
Sage! Sage! Is that really you?
It's me. But this can't be you. It's impossible.
Who else would I be then?
I don't know. I don't care. I'm sorry.
What for?
For being such a disappointment. To you. To Father. To everyone. You always believed in me. You encouraged me all my life. You and Father, you wasted all that money on my education. On my silly little dream. What led me to believe that I've ever been anything but ordinary? How could I be this arrogant? To think that I could write a truly great story. To change the world with my voice. Even if I could. What's the point? I can't make you proud of me anymore. How can I be so selfish? You're gone. And I'm blaming you for leaving me behind. I still need you, Mother. Why did you have to go?
Hush. Don't cry, child. We all have dreams growing up. And as we grow up, we have to face reality. Maybe it was necessary for me to go. Maybe that was the only way for you to wake up.
Don't say something like that. I miss you.
Facing the truth is always harsh. So, in a sick twist of fate.
No!
Yes, life can be cruel. Especially if one is a dreamer. The thing is, Sage, you were right. You are a disappointment. Even after realizing that you don't have what it takes to be exceptional, you still desperately cling on to your dreams. You are nothing but a selfish brat, wasting your father's money.
I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'll find a way to pay him back. Somehow.
Or so you keep telling yourself. But you can't ever quit. The fire of passion is burning hot inside of your heart. And it won't go out until it has consumed you, as well as everyone around you. What's worse is that you already know them. Maybe you should just put yourself out of your misery. Travelers disappear all the time.
What are you saying?
I regret giving life to you.
No. My mother would never say something like that.
But I am your mother, child.
You're lying. You're not real.
You are lying. You are lying to yourself.
No, I'm not. Whoever, whatever you are disgracing her memory. So let me tell you something. My mother loved me. My father loves me. They believe in me. My mother believed in me. And she never needed me to be exceptional, extraordinary, or special. Because to her, I already was all of those things. When you love someone, that means that they are special to you. And you love them for who they are, no matter what. But you wouldn't understand that. Because you are nothing more than an evil spirit. So go ahead. Do your worst. I'm not afraid of you. Dare to keep insulting my mother's memory. And I'll make sure to send you back to the hell you came from. You!
Oh my! What happened to you?
What's your deal? Why did you lead me down that path? And how did you get inside of my head?
I've got to say that I much prefer this fairy side of yours.
so alive. If I'm not mistaken, I won't be able to kill you anyways. What a shame.
So I take it you didn't appreciate my performance. If I dare say so myself, it was nothing short of brilliant. Had quite the effect on you. And you passed my test. Rejoice! Your test. And had I failed?
Among other things, I've seen people trying to rip off their own faces,
Gouging out their eyes.
because they just couldn't take it any longer.
Jumping into their own knives.
Like the fragile little things that they are.
You have no idea how entertaining it can be to watch someone lose their mind. But once it's gone, well. So people are nothing but toys to you. They are insignificant. Dead in the blink of an eye. Some of them, however, do have their charms. You do. Maybe you're right. Maybe humans are small and insignificant. But that doesn't give you the right to just stomp on them. I had a feeling I was going to like you. How about this? You managed to impress me. So I am willing to give you everything you ever wished for. And more. Much more. Inspiration that will never run dry. You won't be writing that one great epic, but many. Poetry, drama. You'll be changing literature itself, with no one to rival you. Revered by generations to come, you'll be writing the future, leaving your mark on the world. The great Sage O'Callaghan. Your name will be synonymous with the word author. You'll be able to pay back your father 1,000-fold. And in return for your wildest dreams come true, you'll be giving me that unyielding, eternal soul of yours, to be bound to me forevermore. What do you say? I'd say that only a fool would be willing to decline such an offer. So call me foolish. But how would any of my stories be worth a damn if none of them would be my stories to begin with? A story should come from the heart. One should feel the urge to tell it. The need to tell it. Just like one needs to breathe. If I accepted your offer, my legacy would be built on lies. That way I truly disappoint those who believed in me. So you are risking your dreams for pride's sake? If there's a story for me to tell, if it's truly meant to be, then I'll find that story
and tell it. If it's not meant to be, then I won't be able to do anything about that either way, and I'll have to accept that. Who knows? My path could end up being vastly different from what I expected it to be. And you're fine with that? You truly are full of surprises, Sage. But maybe one day we'll meet again, and you'll have changed your mind. Until then, the best of luck to you. Wait! You never gave me your name.
Something tells me that you know exactly who I am.
I want to hear you say it.
Very well. People call me many names. The most well-known of them all being Eris, the rogue.
I've heard stories about Eris the Rogue. Legends. Myths. Never had I even dreamed that someday I was going to cross paths with one of the 12 demon kings, the fallen guardians of the earth. And there are days on which I'm wondering if I made the right decision back then. But demons can be fickle. And everyone should know better than to make a deal with Eris the Wicked. And yet I am but a fool.